foreverlys. It's Maddie and Sophie, Elle, Zhavia, Zoe, Cam, Katie, and Kaylee. Wow. And today we are filming for the second time for my channel because the last video was kind of boring. I'll probably still post it though. But basically, before this, we filmed a parenting quiz where we all just kind of tested our knowledge on parenting. We all did really well because it was just like basic knowledge. Basically, I could not find one that was good. But today,
and then who had the idea?
Who had the idea? Zoe. Zoe had the idea for Zhavia to ask us parenting questions because she is not a teen mom. She is a teen, but not a mom. So she's gonna ask us, she's a fur baby mom. So she's gonna ask us some juicy questions about what parenting is like, and we are going to answer them. And like, just all the juicy stuff, just like anything. Nothing is awkward.
Okay, yeah, I have some questions.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, so the first question is, what's something that happens during birth that nobody talks about?
You poop.
So many people see your badge, dude. I always thought that like they would be covered. Like no, there are hella people that see your badge. Everyone
you rip too. You can tear.
Okay, that was gonna be mine. Like I didn't know that you can literally tear from the bottom of your badge like all the way down.
Yeah. And
do that.
And you get during labor, you get the chills. Like your whole body just shakes.
I was shaking for like 24 hours. Like I was literally like I don't even know why.
Like he could barely get the epidural in because I was shaking so bad.
Did anyone do a natural birth here at all?
C-section.
Okay.
I
had a natural birth.
They cut me open.
And like, so I didn't get the epidural, and I had to walk around. And as I was walking around, I was farting, shitting, bleeding, and my water was also broke. So you have like a bunch of different liquids coming out of you as you're like trying to like go through these contractions and are in pain. And it's the most disgusting thing. I took a shower literally an hour after.
Her. And I need her to be pregnant like now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so mine is really embarrassing and I'm like really debating if I should say this, but it's true. So after I gave birth, they gave me this pill that makes you stop shaking because I was shaking so bad. And they didn't tell me that it was kind of like a laxative. I don't know if you guys got that too.
No. Oh, they don't let you leave the hospital until you poop. They have to look at your poop.
They didn't do that for me.
But they gave me this pill that was like kind of like laxative.
During labor.
And then I was sitting there and I was like numbed down, but I could hear myself farting. Like I literally told the nurse, I said, I think I just sharted my pants. And she goes, no you didn't. Like, no you didn't. And I was like, no, it feels like, I'm pretty sure I did. Did you? She goes, yeah, I did. She walks me to the bathroom and she has me bend over and she wipes my butt.
I'm so
But
sorry.
Mason was a sick man. I told him the next day, and every time he sees me, he won't stop teasing me about it. He goes, you sharted your pants, Kaylee. Whenever we're in a fight, he goes, you sharted.
Okay, let's all go around, except for me obviously because I don't have a kid. 1 out of 10, how bad did your birth like hurt?
Okay, let's start, Sophie.
Contractions, like, I think there's worse pains than contractions, honestly, but I would say that it was probably like a 7 to 8 out of 10. But like I was getting a tattoo over the weekend, and I think that hurts more.
Wow. Okay, so I'm ready.
Yeah,
You're ready. You're prepared.
I would rather have the contraction pain than like be sitting for hours with a tattoo, getting a tattoo.
For real?
Yes.
Wow.
I never had a tattoo, so I don't know. Okay.
Out of 10.
Were you like screaming?
No, I was so calm. But how? I don't know. I think it's because I went so fast. So I was only in labor for like 4 hours.
Okay.
And it was my third baby, so it like happened a lot quicker. With Lacey, yeah, that was rough. But I was induced for Lacey and Wolf. So when I had Forrest, I was like, okay, like it's not as bad as like induced contractions. So I was like, okay, I got this. And by the time I got to the hospital, I was 7. So I was like,
Oh wow.
all right, I'll just keep going.
So out of 10, how bad was it? How long were you in labor then?
4 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was 6.
Okay.
So I would probably say like 6, 5 because I got an epidural at 3 centimeters dilated. If you don't know, you dilate to 10 centimeters before you give birth. So I was a wuss and I was like screaming and crying at 3 centimeters.
Okay, I was with Lacey too.
Yeah, so I got the epidural, and then what actually hurts more than the contraction is postpartum. Because during the postpartum, you obviously, if you're most likely to rip with your first baby. If you rip, you have stitches down there.
Did you tear?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
How
I had like
bad?
a 2nd-degree tear.
Oh, that gives me
It
chills.
hurt so bad. I would just walk around crying. I literally had a penguin waddle.
The tears, I feel like hurt more than the actual like birth, because when I would pee, it would sting so bad. It felt like someone, like I cut myself and I poured salt in the cut. Like that's how it felt like.
Yeah, it hurts.
We're scarring her.
And then
Maybe sorry.
like adoption. So basically, if you breastfeed as well, there can be complications with that, especially if the baby is smaller. With Everly, she was pretty small, so she did not have a good latch, and I would bleed, I would blister, I would literally cry out in pain when she would start nursing. Only lasted for like a month or 2, but after we got over that, it was good.
Damn.
I know.
All right.
Mine was literally like a 20. And this is because the anesthesia wore off while I was getting a C-section.
Oh.
So I like felt everything. And I like got the words out to say like, you guys are ripping, like you're gonna break my ribs. I remember saying something like that. Like it's the only thing that could come to mind. And then they just like had to knock me out like right then. So Garrett thought I was dying, and then Wilder was like not breathing. So he was like, I'm gonna go home alone. So it was just like so dramatic. But that's not what normally happens. So.
Cameron?
I would honestly say a 2.
I hate you.
I honestly, I don't even feel like I had a birth. Like, literally, it was the smoothest thing ever. I was, like, went into the hospital thinking, like, oh, I had to check on something because I thought I had leakage, but I didn't. But I went into the hospital at, like, 12 and came out, like, early baby at, like, I had a baby, like, literally in 3 hours, like, start to finish, like, checking into the hospital and, like, holding her.
Damn.
And I did not feel a single contraction. They were like, do you feel that right now? Like, you're having a contraction? I'm like, no, I don't feel it. Like, I literally didn't feel any of it. They numbed my back, and that was, like, the hardest part was, like, getting the spinal tap and
So
fever.
why did you have to? Oh,
No, yeah, it was an emergency C-section. I was only 33 weeks long, and she was breech. So.
Wait, guys, is there a difference between spinal tap and epidural?
Yes.
Is that the same thing?
No.
There's a slight difference.
Yeah.
It's a spinal tap.
They tap your spine.
I think it's like
Guys, I was more scared for the epidural than birth itself. I don't know why.
Me too.
Me too.
I was more scared for getting a catheter than birth.
What? I didn't feel the catheter because they put it.
I felt the catheter.
the catheter.
Oh my god.
I wasn't expecting it to hurt. I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. The worst part was the stitches after giving birth because I was completely
yeah,
get an epidural, and so I felt every single
The
stitch.
pain.
No.
The pain after my C-section was definitely not a 2.
Yeah, right.
I mean, for the actual birth, like yeah, 2, but like the next 2 weeks were like a freaking
Brutal.
5 at least.
So for my contractions, my labor was 21 hours, and my contractions I would say were like a 6 or 7, and like it hurt bad enough for me to throw up, but not bad enough for me to like be screaming.
Yeah.
And then my epidural wore off when I was pushing, and I felt like it all stretch out, and that was probably like an 8. I was that wasn't fun.
Wait, epidurals can't wear off though.
I was in there for 21 hours. I was in for so long.
I was
the
in
whole
day.
day.
Yeah, I was 28 hours in pregnancy,
Yeah,
but I was induced.
mine was really bad. I went in naturally too.
Oh yeah.
So
Mine was probably like a 7 or an 8. I got an epidural. Once I did, I was like completely.
The epidural is live.
Yeah, literally.
No, it literally saved me.
Yeah.
But I've been in more pain, I feel like, than when I gave birth, which is crazy. Like my brother chucked a baseball one time, and a dog. I was walking like a 200-pound dog, and so the leash was completely wrapped around my arm. He threw it, and I went sliding on the whole like sidewalk or the road
Oh my God.
all the way down the street, and my arms
Oh my
and my
God.
legs were like rug burn and bleeding. I was bleeding.
see, that kind of
everywhere.
stuff I feel like does hurt more.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
it hurts more than giving birth.
Okay, Marla, there's stuff that hurts
worse, but it's still extremely painful.
It's just its own type of
It's a different type.
You're like high on life
It's like
afterwards.
a cramp.
Yeah.
No, but you're so excited to be having your baby that it's just
Exactly.
I feel like once they put the baby in your arms, like nothing else matters.
Yeah.
Like you don't care about the pain.
You're just too excited,
And
even
too
the
distracted.
pain. Yeah, too distracted.
And then you forget
about
the pain, and then you get pregnant again.
Yeah.
After you give birth, you're like, let's have another one. But after you get like dragged down the street by a dog, you don't say, let's do that again.
Okay, so I have another question. From my knowledge, kids are expensive, okay? So I want to know, like an estimate of how much money you think you've spent on your kids.
Oh my god.
Like what they need to have or what we've like just given them because we want to.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So like just like say a number that you think that you spent on your kids.
Graham should know. Watch the video.
Oh, I have
You know,
three. I have three.
Oh yeah, I mean you can say each month, yeah.
Okay.
That's easier.
Well, I have it easier. I feel like honestly, like I might be wrong saying this, but I feel like babies, rather than when they're like getting into the toddler stage, maybe less expensive. I don't actually spend that much money. Like it's just like diapers and wipes, and that's it.
Do you breastfeed?
And formula. So
Formula's expensive though.
my formula's $30 a can or $40 a can.
And how much? She has twins.
And I go through probably like 15 cans a month.
Bruh.
Damn.
But I get help. I'm on WIC. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my formula is basically free. But if I'm not talking about the formula, because most people, you guys are all breastfeeding.
No, I'm not.
You're not breastfeeding. Yes, so Cam understands. But if it wasn't the formula, I feel like I may spend, I would say, $200 a month on them.
That's pretty
And that's
good.
with 2 babies.
That's good.
So I don't know.
I think I'm just high maintenance because I spend way more than that.
Yeah, I get so many donations though. Like all of my clothes, all the baby's clothes, I probably bought like $200 worth of clothes for them, and that's it because everyone has donated stuff.
Right.
Like at like a, I didn't even have, what's it called? Baby shower? Yeah, I didn't have a baby shower, but I had like a meet and greet like after they came home from the hospital, and like everyone brought stuff, and I haven't like had to buy anything since.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
yeah,
Same story here.
yeah.
What about you all?
Well, I have 3 little shits, so it's a lot more. Okay, so Lacey, like food. I have to buy food.
Yeah, food's like $300 in
Yeah,
itself.
groceries. Yeah, I'd probably spend over 1,000 on the 3.
Okay.
Not including like big ticket items, please.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I have a lot of fees right now, especially since I'm actively going through a court case, and I consider that something I have to pay for her.
Right.
Yeah.
So, God, right now I'd say maybe about $7,000 a month right now, just because like attorney's fees. I mean, groceries, her vaccines. Every time I take her to the doctor, it's like $1,000. So right now, since I have a lot going on, it's probably $5,000 to $7,000 a month. But usually, like the norm would probably be about maybe $1,000, $1,500 a month, without like all the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I would say probably around, I have 2 kids, so maybe around like 500 since I'm breastfeeding, and the food is where it gets you, like where it really gets you. So I'd say around 500.
God, I need a budget. How do y'all do this?
Well,
So
plus
cheap.
diapers. Wait, I wasn't including diapers.
Oh, I didn't include diapers. I don't even know.
Yeah, maybe like 700-ish.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like 700. But also like we just like to spoil her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, we just buy her clothes all the time. So like in like just that I'll probably spend like $100. Like just
Yeah.
I'm so bad. How do y'all keep it so low?
It's probably the same as Zoe, because just like once you get to be 1, there's a lot of groceries that are involved. But I think also there's seasons of expense, like when they grow and they need new clothes.
Christmas.
Or like
Christmas.
Or like at
Yes.
first when you're about to have a baby, like that's really expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like there's seasons. It'll be like steady, and then it's like, oh, they need new clothes, they need new shoes, and then you have to spend like $1,200 on new clothes.
yeah,
And
or
then
if it
it's
like gets super cold out.
so I think it's not month to month. It's like whenever they need stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you, Kaylee?
It's so hard, yeah, like Katie said, like all of that, but probably around 300 to 500.
Kenny's still breastfed.
She's still breastfed, and that like really helps. But she was on formula for a while. I've been going back and forth trying to train her on formula and go, but she just doesn't like it. And then with diapers, she's also starting baby food, and baby food's expensive, so probably around 300 to 500 a month.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when.
And the more you add.
I don't even know if I can say I'm going through a court case. Well, attorney, if you see this, I didn't know.
Okay, my next question is, how has your guys' relationships changed, if you are in one, since you've had a baby?
I think we're all in one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except for Maddie.
It's okay, Maddie. We'll all be your baby daddy.
All right. Well, I think just the one big difference is that we've become much more serious. Like our relationship before, it was just
said that in
dating.
our video too.
Yeah, it's the truth though. Like before we had kids, I mean, like he's going to college. We're just like, oh, we'll see how it goes, and we'll just like whatever. But now it's like we actually talk about marriage, and we're living together, and those are really big steps I never would have taken if it wasn't for them. It's not a bad thing at all, but like when you have kids, it just becomes more serious. Like you're not really like going out and partying and doing all these things to meet new people anymore. You're kind of there for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest difference with kids. So
Yeah. Okay, so how's my relationship?
It's been so long.
How has mine changed? Okay, there's a lot. I mean, with each kid, there's been something, but okay, like what type? Like just like how's your life? Life? Girl. No, okay. At first, after Lacey, my vagina hurt so
bad, dude.
Like, and I had no life because I was super sick. I had HG.
Me too.
Which is like
Don't
you throw
get
up
that.
every second of every day.
Wait, what's
Your whole
HG?
pregnancy.
You just throw up everything, like all the time,
Yeah.
every single
Oh
day.
my god,
pregnancy.
that's horrible.
I might have had that then.
Did you?
I think so, because I was literally throwing up every single day.
Yeah, up all the way up until.
Damn.
Yeah, I threw up during every contraction.
During birth, yeah, during everything.
Mine stopped in like the.
Ours never stopped.
Yeah.
Elle, did yours stop?
No, mine never stopped.
Yeah.
And so after Lacey, that like
Scarred you?
Yeah, and it never happened.
I still have PTSD from that, dude.
For real. But yeah, we never like, you know, did that for a while. And then after Wolf, I mean, okay, I guess, but now we're good.
I'm single, so I think you can just like skip over me. I mean,
if you were to get into a relationship, how is it different?
How has it
that we
changed?
have?
it's just
Since you've had her.
Since I've had her, I've been way more picky. Like,
Yeah.
you literally have to be perfect. Not like
Right.
perfect, but you just have to be mature.
You have
Just
standards.
matureness is just so.
Is your next relationship, do you want it to be a long-lasting one?
I
For sure?
I want my next relationship to be the person I marry. I don't want to mess around.
Yeah.
Cause like with me, when I get like dumped or whatever, I get depressed, and that's not good for my baby.
Or ever, yeah. Every
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say or Everly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the person that you're meeting, you don't want to introduce Everly to somebody that's not.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I introduced Everly to somebody, and she like really liked him, and then things just didn't work out.
Right.
It hurt me, and me being hurt her, and it just changes the game totally, especially when you're a teenager, because they're not just taking on you just like for some fun. They're taking on
Right.
this whole baby.
In
Yeah.
a family.
And when people meet me, I tell them straight up, hey, I'm not here to mess around. I want to find someone I can marry, and if I'm talking to you, I see potential in you.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a lot for like a 16, 17-year-old boy.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of waiting it out, and I know in the long run I'll find somebody, but honestly, not too worried about it.
You got
You
it.
will be that person.
You
though.
don't need
It's
it,
you.
Yeah.
And honestly, you don't need a man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. All they do, literally all relationships have ever done to me is bring trouble.
Yeah.
Literally,
Everything
never had a
happens
good
in its
relationship.
own timing.
Yeah.
I feel like our relationship has changed. We've become a lot closer. Kids make you like, I don't know, at least in our relationship, it forced us to become just like closer and act as a team. Because in the beginning, in the newborn phase, it's like you have to have like somebody. You have to I mean, you don't have to, but like it's so hard in the beginning. And Garrick was like my backhand. I was like, Garrick, please help me do this, please help me do that. And like it just, if you don't have the communication, like it can go really bad, or it can bring you closer together. And I feel like it just brought us a lot closer together, and in the sense of our life too, I guess. I don't know why, like I really don't. Just kids just either make it everything so much better, or like so much worse.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, let me think.
We're all like super sleep deprived right now. So
late.
Honestly, we were really childish, and like I don't know, we have always had like just like a really childish sense of humor and just like way about us, and I feel like we still kind of have that, but like in a way that like we can like be better parents because of it. Like we can be like silly with Colette and like play with her like for literally hours and be like so entertained and that kind of thing. So that stayed the same, but like we've definitely matured in ways that are more serious and just like, you know.
Married. So.
For mine and Ben's relationship, we went from literally like cliff jumping and like all this stuff, like the most fun thing, spontaneous, like let's do this, to like reality check. And it wasn't like, it's not that we don't want to do that anymore, it's just like that's not what we really can do anymore. So it went from like whatever we want to do to like whatever our family can do. And that's how it really changed our relationship. But also we became closer in a different way, where it was like we loved each other more because of the way that we saw each other with Alex.
I feel that too. It's different to see your spouse like become a dad.
That's the most heartwarming.
And like the way that they love your kid makes you love them even more.
I honestly thought that I would be jealous. Like that's so weird of me to say, but like I thought whenever I was pregnant, I was like, wow, Garrick's gonna love somebody more than he loves me. And now I'm like, I hope he loves me.
And he probably loves you more because you love
Your kid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's wild.
what's wilder?
That's what Ben keeps saying.
So funny.
So I feel like my relationship has changed with Mason because I feel like he has been learning more and we've been learning more to set our priorities straight. Like we know what's more important now, which is always family to us. Like Katie said, we can't go out and do all these things that we used to do anymore. We think about like, how will this affect Kinsley? Like we just try and put her in the safest situations, and it's just, I feel like he's matured and we've matured a lot more. And it's just changed things. And I feel like, like you said, it makes me fall more in love with him because I see him with her, and it just like makes your heart explode.
Bottom line, it changes your whole world.
It does.
Yeah.
Every single aspect changes when you have kids.
Yeah. And I'm not saying you can't go out and can't go have fun, but you have fun in different ways.
Yeah.
Like you have fun like through your kid, you know?
Like, we used to go to parties, now we go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. You know? Like they still make it fun.
Does this make you like excited?
Yeah, what do you think?
What are your thoughts?
I'm definitely excited to have a kid in the future, and I think it's really awesome that all of you guys are taking care of your kids and have taken on that responsibility, and
Yeah, I'm ready to see
I'm
the
ready for the
babies.
maternity.
A dread.
Oh my god.
Her maternity pictures, like, just like new tattoos, just
Are
like,
going to
Oh my god, so good.
Gonna break
That's
it
how
in
you
your
buy
head.
some baby showers. So.
yes, dude, I am ready to spoil little dread guy. Okay guys, so that is it for the video. Thank you so much to all the amazing girls in this video. I will be linking each of them down below. We filmed some videos for some of their channels, so if anybody wants to go check them out, I will be linking those below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you all liked this video. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to mine and their channels. So I will see y'all in the next video. Until next time, bye guys.
Bye.